Hi all, just out enjoying another day in this beautiful weather that we call fall here in Georgia, which is not that bad at all. During difficult times, and we all have them, and we're not necessarily talking about when a family member passes or any particular type of difficulty, but during difficult times, we all could use someone. Now, many of us have been there, and people prepare food, and people show up, and people offer support on many levels and many ways. And that is all well and good. But sometimes maybe we can dig a little deeper to see emotionally, mentally, what someone may need in those difficult times. Yes, a friend is always important, a shoulder, an ear. But I think it's also important that when the time comes to be there for someone and they're looking for answers or advice, we are prepared to give them something that they can work with. And I think in order to do that, we have to point them inward. We have to point them to the strength they've always had, even before the difficulty, and remind them of their own strength, their own wisdom, their own insights, and their own beauty. I think it's important to empower people when they're having rough moments. Now, I'm not saying enable there. I'm saying empower. And for me, empowerment is often knowledge and the application of knowledge. So maybe patience is a virtue that is needed in a difficult time. And maybe we can help someone understand the need for patience, for the passing of time. Maybe the pain's not going to go away quickly. Maybe the difficulty is not going to vanish, so patience is much required. I also think strength is a big priority in times of difficulty. And where does that strength come from? How can we point someone to be stronger, to dig deeper, or to just know that it's okay to lean on someone when the strength wavers? Inner strength is a combination of mindset, effort, and a willingness to embrace what you have to do in those times. So if we can help someone be stronger, that is always a noble gesture. I think the greatest thing we can offer someone in difficult times is understanding. The compassion to let them know that we all have difficult times. We are all going to have difficult times. And that on some level we are all going to have to deal with difficulty. And in that we can find community. We can find a sense of belonging, that we are not alone with our difficulties. And I think that, for me personally, was a very crucial part of my understanding and something I needed in my younger days in my life. I just needed to know that someone was there that understood what I was going through, that I may not have the strength at the moment, that I may not have the compassion at the moment, that I might be sad, I might be bitter, but that those things too will pass. And for the people that helped me through those times and stood there and guided me or stood by my side, I'm never going to forget that. And I think that's what I'm talking about today, is that if we can be that for someone in those difficult times, if we can go just beyond showing up and providing, I guess, material things, and be there more for them in the spiritual, the mental, and the strength departments, then I think we're providing something that will always be reflected upon, as it was in my life, and will always be looked upon as a point of growth and not a point of just misery. And that, my friends, is being there for others and the way we can turn those difficulties around. So the next time you have a moment with yourself or a dear friend, keep these things in mind. And as always, peace and love, Jim.